Hello, everyone. Welcome to Greyhammer. Here we go again with some more Warhammer news. This week, in my opinion, the best miniature that they've released, Prosecutors, getting a redone. So, Thunderstrike armor for Prosecutors, and they look so sick. So, the wings kind of got made smaller, but they've got all these special effects around it. The armor looks so much better. We go to these pictures here. You get these. I love these miniatures. They look so much more aerodynamic than the old ones. Just the fact that they have more streamlined armor, don't look so clunky. And you get to learn some more rules for Stormcast. Once per turn for your army reaction, this unit was picked as the target of a non-core ability. So this would be things like magic. It would not include combat. I got that wrong when I told some of my friends about it. So non-core abilities only. So magic, other army abilities. I'm interested to see what that will include. So you make a resistance roll of a d6 on a 4-up. The ability has no effect on this unit. So if they're getting attacked by a spell that you really, really don't want to happen, once per turn, you can pop that. That's for Ruination Chamber, which I believe Liberators, if we look at their War Scroll, is not on here. Yes, they are. It looks like all the new released stuff is going to be Ruination Chamber. So Liberators and probably those Reclusians as well. And then you have Heralds of Righteousness. Add 1 to the number of dice rolled when making charge rolls to a maximum of 3. So you can roll 3 dice, and for your charge rolls, which is great. Makes them really fast. Not much else revealed for them. Their miniature looks so good, but got nothing else there. Now, Eldritch Manifestation and Faction Terrain got some big changes here. So you've got lores of manifestations. You've got the Forbidden Power, the Morbid Conjuration, the Aether Wrought Machineries, the Primal Energy, Twilight Sorceries, and then you've got the Kronspire Incarnate. They now have their own full War Scroll with wounds, move, save, and banishment rolls. I'm a little skeptical that these might just get destroyed really, really easily, and may not be worth summoning, but we'll see how that progresses. So, like, Quick Save Silver Swords is only 6 health and a 5-up save. You can destroy a 6 wound 5-up, even if it has the 6-up ward, pretty quickly. 12 attacks, 3-up, 3-up, 1 rend, 1 damage, and 6s to hit are just a mortal damage. And then ward rolls cannot be made for damage points inflicted by this. So it's good against going against your more protected magical foes. But again, if you just send something that does, like, a Carnosaur is going to shred this. Almost any monster or hero is just going to destroy this in 1 turn. So, I don't know. I'm skeptical of this. They don't receive commands. So all manifestations, models can move through manifestations but cannot end a move on them. Units can finish a charge within half of them, and they can be picked of target of enemy abilities like shoot or fight. They can be damaged or destroyed, but don't count as destroyed for battle tactics or abilities. They can only use core abilities or abilities on their war scroll. They cannot use commands or be affected by friendly abilities unless they specifically affect manifestations. They cannot contest or control objectives. Moving ones, you'll typically need to set up 9 inches away from them, and you will need to retreat to move out of combat. Typically cannot be set up within 9 inches of enemy units when summoned, and they can't move in the movement phase after being set up. Static, you can ignore them when setting up units. You can end a move within 3 inches of them, and you can freely move away from them. Cannot use any abilities that involve moving. Typically have more freedom to place them when summoned. So static, such as the Prismatic Palisade, you've got 8 health, 4 up, saves, banishment of 7 plus, no move. Also has that 6 up ward save. This cannot be targeted by shooting effects, which is at least good. In addition, a unit cannot be targeted by shooting attacks if it is impossible to draw a straight line from the model. So basically blocks line of sight for shading. Faction terrain features. You can destroy faction terrain with doing hit points. Also looks like they have a ward of 6 up. So 8 wounds, no move, no control, 3 up save. So like the Magnetic Battleforge. So once per battle, for your army in your hero phase, you can pick a friendly Fire Slayer priest within this terrain features combat range to expend the power of the forge, and you heal D3 to each friendly Fire Slayer's unit on the battlefield. Once this ability has been used, this terrain feature cannot use the Molten Blessing ability for the rest of the battle. So kind of a really need to heal up your opponents, but you're not going to be able to get this, which, to be fair, this ability is kind of lackluster. You pick a friendly Fire Slayer's priest within the terrain feature's combat range, so half an inch. And you add 1 to chanting rolls. In addition, that you can use the unbinding rolls as if it was a wizard. To me, that's not very impressive. Sylvaneths now have an unlimited spell called Tree Song, but it means you can use it as many times as you would want to in a turn. You pick a friendly Sylvaneth wizard to cast a spell, make a casting roll of 2d6. 6 is a success. If there are fewer than 3 friendly Awakened Wildwood, you can set up an Awakened Wildwood wholly within 18, and more than 3 from all enemy units, objectives, and other terrain features. There are already 3 friendly Awakened Wildwoods. Heal 3 to each friendly Awakened Wildwood. Sylvaneth, a little bit of a buff there. Should be able to keep their Awakened Wildwoods alive a little longer, or bring more onto the field pretty easily. Spearhead, Fast and Furious new mode. Basically, it's going to be really short. So you'll be using your little Vanguard boxes. So they're showing the Flesh Eater Courts and Cities of Sigmar. Here's the Seraphim one, Slaves to Darkness, Gloomspite. Some units have the reinforcement keyword. If any of your units have the reinforcements keyword, you can use once per turn in your movement phase. Pick a friendly reinforcement unit that's been destroyed, set up an identical replacement. A unit on the battlefield wholly within within friendly territory, wholly within 6 inches of the battlefield edge and not in combat. Each reinforcement unit can only be replaced once. Replaced units cannot be replaced. So that's the icon. Basically, it's to prolong. You don't have a lot of units, but some of those smaller units can come back. So Yndrasta's Spearhead. So you get these units. So some Vanquishers, some Annihilators, Banner of Apotheosis. My favorite miniature in the Stormcast range, which is eluding me. Yndrasta and your Annihilator units, if they're not set up you do not set them up in the deployment phase. Instead, from the 3rd battle round onwards, they can use the following ability. Set up this unit anywhere on the battlefield more than 6. Do you get to choose that, or do you have to? Because I don't know. That could be. Yeah, it looks. I mean, it looks like. Is it 3 battle rounds in this game set? Hold on. So it's a smaller. It might be. Or is it 4 battle rounds? It says penultimate, which I know let's look at their little. Every game has 4 rounds. Yeah, okay. People use the word wrong all the time, so I just assume that they're using the word wrong. But they are using it correctly. So you only play half of the game with Yndrasta and Annihilators, which, to be fair, those are super strong units. So, War Scrolls, they're just very simple. 1 health, 1 control, 5 up, 6. Clan Rats. 2 attacks, 4 up, 5 up. No rend, 1 damage, no ability. They are reinforced. And at the end of any turn, you return D3 slain models. So as long as Clan Rats don't die, they kind of keep going. Here's a little bit more complicated of a War Scroll. 6 health, 14-inch move, 4 up save, control 2, 18-inch shooting attack, 1 attack, 3 up, 4 up, no rend, D3. Then you've got your. This isn't the important part, really. It's really, this is how spellcasting, there's no unbinding. So you pick a visible enemy unit within 18, make a casting roll of 2d6. On a 6 up, inflict d3 mortal damage on the target. If any models are slain, you pick a friendly Zangor's unit wholly within 18 and return a slain model. With Beast of Chaos being removed from the line, it's making me think Tzeentch might be an army that I'd be interested in getting in, because sad Beast of Chaos not going to be in this game anymore. Score battle tactics in Spearhead. It's cards. You have 12 battle tactics. The first battle round, you draw 3 cards. Discard any number of cards, draw back up to 3. There's a lot of stuff going on. So battle tactics like take the flanks. You complete this battle tactic at the end of your turn if there are any friendly units within 3 inches of each short battle edge. And then you gain the command redeploy. You pick a friendly unit that's not in combat, and they can move up to D6. They cannot move into combat during any part of that move. And that's in the enemy movement phase. Or the Dracothian dice. You complete this battle tactic if you control the Dracothian objective at the end of your turn. And you get the command reaction, opponent declared a shoot ability, go to ground. A friendly unit targeted by the shoot until the end of the phase, only unmodified hit rolls of 6 successfully hit. However, that unit has the strike last. Is this not the same thing? No, it is not. Okay. More battle tactics. Raid. You complete if any friendly units are wholly within enemy territory and not in combat. And then you get the ability command your opponent declared an attack ability. It's used by a friendly unit targeted. Ignore the rend characteristic of attacks that target the unit. Then hold ground to complete this battle tactic at the end of your turn if there are more friendly models contesting the large terrain feature in your territory than there are enemy models contesting it. And you get the any combat phase, rise to the challenge, pick a friendly hero to use this ability. The effect is heal d6 to that hero. Basically, your hero gets a little buffed up. So that's interesting. And then twist, seizing the objective. If the player who went second in the previous battle round wins the priority roll and chooses to go first, it's called seizing the initiative. When a player seizes the initiative, they do not draw any battle tactic cards for the battle round unless they are the underdog, and the difference in victory points between the 2 players is 5 or greater. So double turns being a little weaker. And then you've got twist. And it looks like they'll probably have different twist come out later. So like right now it's Akshi and Gyran. Gyran, you've got Grasping Vines. The underdog picks an enemy unit. If there's no underdog, they roll off. That unit is ensnared. The move characters have the move and roll 1 fewer dice when making a charge roll. Gyran Twist, take the land. Each player scores 1 extra victory point at the end of their turn if there are more friendly models contesting the large terrain feature in enemy territory than there are enemy models contesting it. In addition, the underdog adds 1 to wound rolls for attacks made by friendly units that target a unit contesting a large terrain feature. And then Ashy Twist, let the blood flow. Each player scores an extra victory point at the end of their turn for each enemy unit destroyed in that turn. In addition, if one of the players is the underdog, the player picks one friendly unit on the battlefield to be frenzied. Add 1 to hit rolls for combat attacks made by that unit this battle round. And the other twist is Wreathed in Smoke. The underdog picks one objective on the battlefield. If there's no underdog, the players roll off. The objective is Wreathed in Smoke until the end of the battle round. Only unmodified hit rolls of 6 successfully hit for attacks that target a unit contesting the objective. Basically, adds some flavor to what is otherwise a pretty quick rapid fire game mode. So interesting. We'll see how that goes. Walk the Path to Glory. I'm not very familiar with Path to Glory rules, so I'm going to be a little out of my depth here. Each unit gains renown points, it looks like. All your heroes, monsters, anything else will gain ranks. 4 ranks: Aspiring, Elite, Mighty, Legendary. And then there's different classes, basically. So Path of the Warriors for only hero. You get different abilities when you're Aspiring, Elite, Mighty, or Legendary. So Aspiring Berserker, you can reroll charge rolls for this hero. Well of Strength, once per battle, you can heal d6 to this hero. Elite, you get add 1 to hit rolls. Then end of any turn, you can add d3 to this hero's control score. Then Mastercrafted Armor, add 1 to save rolls, add 1 to the Rend. And then this hero has a Ward of 4 up, and this hero has Strike First. Path of the Defender, this is for non-heroes only. And you only get one of these ability, it looks like. End of any turn, heal 1 this unit. Or Steel Discipline. When this unit uses a retreat ability, no mortal damage is inflicted on it. So now when you retreat, you take d3 mortal damage. Elite, you get Uncanny Survivability, a Ward of 6 up, or Unbreakable Formation. Subtract 2 from Rend of weapons used for attacks that target this unit this phase. That's a once per battle ability. Mighty, you get Mighty Custodians, add 3 to the control score of this unit while it is contesting an objective you control. Or Battle-Scarred Veterans, remove 1 damage point in its damage pool before allocating damage. So basically take 1 less. Legendary, passive, Warriors of Renown, Ward of 5 up. Indomitable Defenders, they have the Strike First while it's wholly within friendly territory or contesting objective. And I think, how many? There are 6 paths in total, 4 for heroes and 2 for every other unit. Path of Devout, once per battle your hero phase, make a changing roll of d6, pick a friendly infantry hero that's been slain, and return them to the battlefield. Set up that hero wholly within 3 inches of this priest. It's pretty powerful prayer. Then you've got Twist and Turns still. So you roll a d3 for the twist at all costs. The underdog can pick a friendly unit, add 3 to the unit's control score. The earth trembles. The underdog can pick an enemy unit. They get strike last, or Eruption of Power. The underdog can pick 1 friendly objective, roll dice for each unit contesting that objective on a 4-up, inflict d3 mortal damage. Do you roll a different twist each turn? Looks like no. Then you've got the Anvil Apotheosis basically saying, oh, you can create your own heroes using the Anvil of Apotheosis. We'll see how that works. But that's all for this week. Monday, there'll be a Skaven Clan Skyer miniature that they're going to be showing off. And then we'll probably get some more rules. Full reveal in 2 weeks. I don't know what other rules we might get closer to launch. They've covered a whole lot. I'd like to see if they change shooting at all, but it doesn't seem like they have, which is fine with me. I do a lot of shooting heavy armies, but If you would, please like and subscribe, comment below what you're excited about this new edition, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.